Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent Amsoil dealer. Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Well, good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Please let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time hanging out with us, I hope you have a good time with us tonight, and I hope that you decided to join us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, just circle back in 1 week's time, and we'll be here waiting for you. And also to our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones who make this possible, and we very, very much appreciate that. We do have comments coming in. Let's take a look. Let's see. Our friends at BCJ Vids are saying good evening, and good evening back to you. Also, WKS Reviews, they're saying love the podcast, regular viewer. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Also, our good friend, also from the Vintage Snowmobile podcast, is in the house tonight, Mike Whiteside. He's saying loud and clear. Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. We really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's bring our friends on and get this party started. Looks like we've got a full house.
Hey, how you doing, Virgil?
Hey, I'm good now.
Cool
My interweb came back on.
Nice. I know we were messaging earlier, and I was sure you weren't going to be able to make it tonight, but I'm glad to see you.
Yeah. Yep, just right there in the nick of time, my wife yelled down, "Hey, everything's fixed," and I'm like, "Oh, all right, here we go, just in time."
Someone's watching over us.
Yes.
Definitely. And Rob, how are you doing tonight?
Happy Halloween, everybody.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's actually better than candy.
Definitely.
Yes.
Everything was on sale today, so I got cases of it.
There we go. Nice.
Well, I don't have a vehicle to get out to get my candy corn and my little pumpkins I want to get, but hopefully they'll still be around maybe tomorrow and the next day when I can get out.
Yes, no doubt. Well, cool. Let's see. We've got another comment that's come in. We've got, Mike Whiteside is giving Virgil a compliment on that hat. That is a cool looking hat.
Oh yeah,
especially considering the weather we're having today.
Yep, we got snow today, so.
Yeah.
We got snow, and I was outside today, so I had to go to daughter's hockey practice today. So I just left the hat on. It was one of those. My head is warm.
Yes. Now, can you see the mountain from your house? Or is there snow on the ski area?
I can't see Mansfield, but I'm pretty sure there's snow up there. And I have the Worcester Range right behind me, but I didn't even. Well, it was dark when I was coming back home, so I didn't even think to look.
Gotcha. Oh, and then we've got your friend Kyle Phillips in the house saying, good evening, boys. Looking forward to that 22 Charger review. Excellent. We do have that lined up for you.
Oh, yes. See, I see, Mike, I talk about you when we're not alone. I mean, I talk about you when we're not together.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you promoting the podcast too, by the way. Very cool. Well, let's take a look back at this menu here. We're on item number 1. This is a 1965 Plymouth Barracuda. This is when I was at the Newport, Vermont car show this summer in I think it was on August 6th. I'll let the owner of the car do the talking. Let me just take a second here to load that, and we'll have a look at it.
Back from Waterbury, Vermont. This is my 1965 Plymouth Barracuda. Had it for about 20 years. It's been restored, obviously. 273 V8. And otherwise, it's all stock.
Very cool. And you've had it about 20 years, you say?
Yep.
Beautiful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another quick announcement here. The 50-50 drawing is still going on. Come on.
Anything with the interior that's been done, or?
Yeah, the interior's been redone.
Going around selling 50-50 tickets too. Come on over again, guys. This is going to be a fast
Very
ride.
nice.
There will be a second drawing here for the bucket. There's a lot of great stuff in
Paint was
that
done about
bucket, so
20
come on
years
over.
ago.
20 years ago. What would you call that shade? Is that like almost like a teal green, or?
Say,
car number 40. If you'd like to come up and
Oh,
claim
now I
your
gotta think
prize.
of it.
We got quite a few more door prizes up here, so pay attention. If I call your number, you
That's
come
all right.
on up and
yeah,
get a prize.
it escapes me now. I had it a minute ago.
That's all right. Well, while you're thinking of it, I want to get a shot of your matching shirt.
Okay, it's turquoise poly.
Turquoise poly.
Is a factory color. Yep.
Nice. And that's got a little flake in it too, doesn't it?
Yep.
Very nice. That's a unique color. It's got some nice Kragers on there.
Yep.
Love this one. I remember these big windows when I was a kid.
Window. Yep.
Yeah. Very cool. I want to get a shot of the backside too. Yeah, that is nice. See if I can get this angle.
The auto shop in Williston did the body job.
Okay, yeah. So actually, I'm going to come around this way and try to get a panoramic of it. Hi, thank you. Well, cool, yeah. We'll go, I guess, top to bottom. Michael, any reactions to that car?
Yes, I've seen a lot of these cars, and I'm not really 1% sure when they went from the name Barracuda to just Cuda. That's number one thing. Second thing, the back end of the car, it's just like the Corvette. It had basically they had the same idea, but they had to change it a little bit because maybe Plymouth and GM, you can't have it look exactly like a Corvette back end, so they had to change it. But you look at it, it looks like an upside down canoe.
Yeah.
Same idea as the early Corvettes, and it's really amazing because that is a unique style. And that window, if you ever had a car with bad visibility, this is one car that never had bad visibility for rear view.
For sure. That is a huge window. And you're right. I never considered that, comparing that to the Corvette, like the old split window, and when they didn't have that split in the window. They're very similar. Yep. You're right. Yeah, I'd never considered that, but you're absolutely right. But
because
Rob?
If you think about the Corvette, you think about it, it basically has the same idea, but they had to widen it out because they don't want to copy exactly what Corvette did. It's just like Ford and Dodge with their pickup trucks. Dodge, what was it, about 2 or 3 years later, Ford decides to come out with something that's very similar.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And Rob, reactions to this Barracuda?
Oh, I love the back window on it. I'd hate to see the value to replace something like that.
Yeah, if you can even find one.
Is expensive.
Yeah,
especially the wraparound.
273 engine in it?
I think it's what he said, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a common motor. Wow.
No.
Good looking.
Swing that around for another shot of that engine there.
I'm trying to figure out what the license plate meant.
Old Fish. Yeah, I don't know where he's going with that either. Must be an inside joke.
Yeah.
And then Virgil?
Yeah, I was going to comment the same thing Rob said, that back window. That would be a hard one to replace, or find. Back when I used to work at a Ford dealership, one of my friends had one of these, and that's what he used to say is that back window. He's like, I'd hate to have to replace this.
Yeah, no doubt. That would take some money. Oh, and we've got comments coming in. Let's see. Oh, we've got our friend David from Alaska Railroad. He's saying, "Good evening, Mike. Got your Facebook message, and I'm glad you did, David, because we've got something really cool a little later in the podcast. I think you're really going to like." And David is also saying hello to Rob, Mike, and Virgil.
Hey,
Hello,
Hello,
David.
hello.
And then also our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler are in the house. He's saying he had one once that had the same 273 V8 engine.
Oh,
Cool deal. Cool deal. And I almost think this is like when I was maybe 4 or 5 years old. I think my aunt and uncle had a car like that because I remember that big rear window like that, and I almost think that they had one back when I was a real little kid. I almost think I remember seeing that.
and Virgil, I think they even had a couple of years where they actually had a split window. Same idea, but I think it was a split window.
split window.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
does that have that that also like the 2+2, like the Mustang, where you got to lift up that back seat there?
Oh yeah, because it's got a deck that's folded down there. But I bet if you fold that deck up, there's a rear seat. Because I remember my cousins used to ride back there.
It looks like
Yeah,
a passenger
here we go.
area. Looks like a passenger area for the dogs.
Yeah.
Well, I do know that Mustangs tend to be to have that kind of idea too on some of the early models.
Yeah.
I think I've seen the crease in there, Mike. I believe it does.
It does fold up. Cool deal. Well, cool. Well, let's move on then to the next item. Let me get myself situated. Remove this and put the menu back up. So we're on item number 2. It's time for some announcements, and of course, the announcement tonight. Rob is going to talk to us about AMSOIL. So, Rob, if you're ready, I'm going to put you full screen, and we're going to get out of your way.
Okay, every week we talk about AMSOIL and how you can get one of the factory direct catalogs. Mike has a link. You can click on it, and they'll send you a free catalog. In the catalog is all the different products that we have available, but listed in the product is what the retail price is and what a preferred customer would pay. And you save 25% by being a preferred customer. We don't hide the prices. We put it right out front for everybody can see what the prices is. And that way you know exactly what you're paying and what the product's worth. And every month they have extra bonus. This month, if you buy, is it $75 worth, Mike? They're going to send you a funnel and some rags with AMSOIL logos on it, just for ordering $75 worth of product. You order $100 worth of product, you get free shipping. So you might as well order a couple more extra cases, get the $100 worth, and get the free shipping. And that's for catalog customers and preferred. If you want the best possible discount, ask Mike how to become a preferred customer. Buy directly from AMSOIL, save 25% on any Nike order. You can mix and match, and you don't have to order full cases. AMSOIL is available for every lubricant application you can think of, right from gear lube to hydraulic oils to grease to brake oil. We have it all. Racing oils, Z-Rod oils, you name it, we got it. So if Mike can put the link up where they can click on to get the free catalog for more information about the product, we'd be glad to help you on how to save money on getting the AMSOIL products.
Absolutely. In fact, here's a graphic to support what he was just saying. And like he said, there is a link in the description for a free catalog. And also, if you're ready to get started right now, the best way to do it to take advantage of the preferred customer pricing is to click the link for the preferred customer program. Click that first. And there's just a couple of clicks to join the preferred customer program. Once you've done that, then start shopping, and everything you select will come up with the deepest level of discount for that preferred customer pricing. It's the best possible value. And once you hit $100, like he said, then you're getting free shipping. It's an incredible value. Cool deal. Well, yes, let's did we lose Virgil?
Yep.
All right, well, hopefully he'll come back.
There he is.
Cool
Yeah,
deal.
he was playing Halloween. He was a ghost.
Yes, there we
He's
go.
ghosting us. Cool deal. 'Tis the season, right?
Yes.
Cool deal. Well, good. Well, let's keep going then. We're on item number 3. We're going to take a look at a 1971 Chevy Camaro. And this car is a very impressive Camaro. It's for sale by our friends over at MGM Classic Cars. So let me cue that up, and we'll have a look.
Sounds like split bumper.
Thomas here, MGM Classic Cars, on this gloomy day in Addison, Illinois. I have this 1971 Chevrolet Camaro fully loaded for sale here at MGM Classics. It's got 350 V8 5.7 liter motor, 350 automatic transmission, power disc brakes, power steering, and factory air conditioning. This car is sitting on this beautiful factory rally wheels, Cooper Cobra radial GT tires with, I mean, the paint job is gorgeous on this thing. And look what they did. Cortez or Shadow, I think it's a Shadow Gray is what it is, because the Cortez is more of a silver. Shadow Gray rally stripes, beautiful chrome all around the car, sounds great. Body lines are really nice and smooth and straight. Interior, just like you see it, in really, really nice condition, guys. Let's go for a quick test drive. Showing about 75,000 miles. Okay. Upgraded Sony radio. Let's bolt that right in there. Roll up the window because it is a little cold here. It's 41 degrees, guys. Okay. Let's go for a little test drive here. I'll tell you guys how this thing drives and performs. Transmission shifts just like it should. Let's see the brakes here. Brakes feel good as well. It doesn't pull to the left or to the right. They are power disc, like I mentioned earlier. Power steering feels great. You can turn it with one finger. Very comfy, very easy to drive. Wow, this thing's really, really nice and smooth down the road. Left turn signal functions, right turn signal functions, horn works. Wipers are inoperable. Radio works. And as far as, well, we're all waiting for traffic for someone to go here. Hold on a second. And the heat and the air conditioning defrost all function. This thing rides really, really smooth. I've driven a lot of these second generation Camaros, guys. And when I tell you this is a nice car, it's a nice car. And you guys are more than welcome to come see it in person, most definitely. I'm located at 150 South Church Street in Addison, Illinois, 60101. 20 minutes from the Chicago O'Hare Airport. If you wanted to fly in, bring your checkbook and test drive this puppy. You're gonna write the check. It's that nice of a car, guys. It's not going to last that long. I'm going to do a really sharp turn here just to make sure that, whoa, yeah, everything does feel good with the suspension. I do these type of test drives and I brake real hard just like that, just to make sure everything functions like it should. And this one does. And I get a pen handy, I will leave you my phone number for a transportation quote. Check us out on YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, TikTok. We're on there of all these social medias. If you got that pen handy and you need delivery, I will need you to text me your zip code or call me, either way. My number is area code 847-848-1850. Yep, this thing can smoke the tires. Oh, yep, everything works here. Speedo, fuel gauge. Everything's good. Guys, gals, thanks for watching. My name's Thomas. I can be reached at 847-848-1850. Again, 847-848-1850. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.
So yeah, thank you so much to our friend Thomas at MGM Classic Cars out there in Addison, Illinois. Another great example. I'm sure that's going to go fast. As far as reactions, we'll go bottom to top this time. Virgil?
Oh yeah, I like that. I like it. Reminded me of the car we seen at the Camaro we seen at the Street Rod Nationals.
Yes, that orange one.
Yes, and I was
Yeah,
like,
for
oh,
sure.
I wanted to look at that. Look at those rally stripes there to see if they had that, like what they said with the plastic.
Yes, that crinkle.
But yeah, but I like the way that the rally stripes match the rims there.
Yes, yeah, that sets it off nice.
Yes, and then
Nice
I was on
attention
their
to detail.
website, and when you said Camaro, I thought you were talking about another Camaro that they had there. They have another 73 there also going for the same price,
Oh wow, yeah,
but with the slick red paint.
sure,
Yeah,
sure,
but cool example.
yeah, for sure. And Rob?
Oh, what a good looking car. And this summer I've been doing a lot of helping people at the drag strips. And that's a popular design car at the drag strips.
Oh, it is. Huh?
There's more of those than any other car at the drag strip. Because they're so
Wow.
easy to fix up to take to the track.
Sure. Yeah, and it's hard not to like a Camaro,
Yes.
for sure. And Michael?
Yeah, I like how you peeled out a little bit. that will actually probably get a couple of buyers. Hey, well, this car can peel out. Cool, I want it.
It's got the mojo.
Exactly. But the thing is, I mean, the color, and has Virgil pointed out with the gray in it, and then that same color gray in the wells of the wheels there. I mean, it makes a great color match.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And we do have comments coming in. Let's see what we've got here. We've got our friend David at Alaska Railroad says he loves the front look of this year Camaro. His dream Camaro is a 68 RS SS. Let me see if I can find the front of that car just to give him another look at that. Yeah, that is a cool look, a really aggressive look right there. There's the money shot right there. And then also our friend Mike Whiteside says, be careful on those Illinois roads, potholes galore. And he said he knows from experience. LOL. Good advice.
Hey, you know what? It's like that here in Rhode Island too. Not just the roads, but bridges also.
Yes, in Vermont as well.
Yep.
Crazy. It's funny. The roads seem like they're always under construction, but you can never, there's always potholes.
Well,
I don't think they can ever stay on top of it.
You got to blame tractor trailers. You got to blame road salt and plowing. And all it does is have a job on the roads.
They tear up the roads for sure. For sure. Well, cool. Well, let me take this one down and let's go to item number 4. Now, this is a very special one for me because this is one of my childhood friends, Steve Thibault. He and I lived just a few miles apart back in the 70s when we were kids, and we're still in touch on Facebook. And he's got a project he's working on. It's a 1953 Chevy 3800 panel truck. And he sent me an update of the project. And let me get it queued up here. We'll take a look at it.
I live in Norton, Vermont, and I'm here to show my project. It's a 1953 Chevy S10. No, it's a Chevy panel truck, a 3800, which means it's a 1-ton, with a small block Chevy 350 crate engine. The original frame was done recently by Rick Paul Hamus. And yes, I know it's a little rough, but it's been media blasted and also etch primed. And some of the work has been started. And the reason I wanted this project was my wife is in the Catamount Pipe Band. She's a tenor drummer. She's the one that spins the hammer, mallet. And I wanted something, we go to parades, and I wanted something different. I didn't want a Chevy Bel Air, because everyone has a Bel Air, or a parade. I love the Bel Airs, but every parade has them. There's Model A's, Model T's, I didn't want that. I didn't want a tractor, because you load it up on the trailer. I didn't want that. And one of my buddies found this, and we looked at it, and I said, okay, let's take it. Here's the grill. She's huge. 1 ton. Fenders, grill. The body's pretty solid, although there's holes, considering it's a North Country doll. You see the fenders in the hood. And every once in a while you'll see the original paint. It's green. He is long. It's all there. Going to leave this garage Wednesday, going down to Littleton to Randy's Auto Body, and he's going to do all the body work. Hopefully I can get a chance to help him. I'm not a body man. I'd rather work on the engines. I felt that the body was a little bit more complex than what I needed, than my talent could take. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll bring videos when more changes are done to the body and when it's ready to run.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you so much to my buddy Steve, my good friend Steve, childhood friend. Great to see him and great to see this project. And as far as reactions, we'll go top to bottom this time. Michael, reactions to this?
Oh, I thought we were going to do Rob. He wasn't up yet at all for the first runner-up, but
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's in the middle.
yeah, I mean, with these vehicles, I've seen some of them in the car shows. There's not as many as the trucks or the cars. Like as he pointed out, every car show you see about 4 or 5 Bel Airs. No question. I can see why you didn't want a Bel Air. And having something like this, you do find a few, but it's very far in between. So there's not a heck of a lot of them out there because they were heavily used and rotted out in most cases. So it's really good to see that he decided to get this to work on as a project because it's actually a lot more work. But, you're going to say, I got something that you're not seeing every time you go to a show. So it's really nice to see that you're having a classic and it's being restored and it's not something you normally would see all the time.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely has that going for it. For sure. And Rob?
Oh, he's got a lot of work ahead of him.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But being that type of truck, it's rare and it's worthwhile putting the time and effort into it because you don't see them all around like that.
Yeah. And I think in the end, it is an investment. I think, if he ever were to sell that down the road, he'd probably do pretty well with it, with the rarity and everything.
I'm doing a Blazer.
Yeah.
And by the time I'm done with it, I don't think I'd be able to sell it for half of what I got tied up in it.
Oh no. Maybe not.
But I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it to sell. So
sure. For your own
I mean,
satisfaction.
a lot of times you restore a vehicle like this, all the money you put into it, and then if you do sell it, you're not going to get the money that you put into it. You're going to make a big time short on the investment if you sell it.
Sure.
Yeah. But you do it because you want to have one. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sure. And Virgil?
Yeah, no, very cool vehicle to start with. Like they said, the rarity of it. I was like trying to figure out how long it was. Is it like the length of a Suburban or?
I believe so.
What's the length on that one?
Yeah.
And then it almost looks a little high, like it was like a 4-wheel drive or something. Like, so I was like, did they even have 4-wheel drives before back then?
Yeah, good question. It clearly, I'm sure, it was a work vehicle, some kind of work or utility vehicle. Yeah, for sure. And we've got a comment that's come in. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. David from Alaska Railroad says, "Yeah, that's a big one for sure. That's a big beast for sure." And yeah, let me switch. I'm in the wrong place here. Here we go. So yeah,
Love those grills.
I wanted to thank Steve for sharing that video with us. And if you're viewing, Steve, please leave a comment and say hi. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, just to all of us too. Just saying hello to Steve. He's a good friend of mine. We've been friends, like I said, since we were kids in the '70s. We just lived a few miles apart, and yeah, very cool to see that.
Hey, Mike, from your stories, I thought this was going to be a Cutlass.
Yes.
Childhood friend. I was like, is this going to be that Cutlass?
Yeah, I got to find that guy. Yeah, I'd like to find out what happened to that Cutlass. I know he sold it when we were still in high school, but there's probably a story as to where that is, or I should reach out to that guy and find him. But because there would be some stories there for sure.
Yes.
Cool deal. Well, cool. Let's move on to the next item here. We're on item number 2. I'm sorry, item number 5. We were on vacation last week out in the Phoenix area, and I was shopping around online for a rental car. I was looking for a sports car for the price of an economy car, ever looking for value, of course. And I found one. So let's move this menu screen off and cue it up. Take a look at that car. Well, hello, friends. This is Mike. Take a look at my new car. New for the next week, anyway. This is our rental. I managed to get a compact car price for a sports car. And I hate renting cars. There's so many catches and scammy kind of things going on with that. But with that all out of the way, I got to say I'm impressed with this car. More so than I thought I would be. Now, at this point, it's just a nice car. I haven't had a chance to do any winding roads or acceleration or any of that. And I don't know that I will, driving in a somewhat unfamiliar area. But I got to say this. Initial impressions are the visibility is excellent. I was worried the visibility was going to be horrible. With the mirrors and the outside mirrors and the inside mirror, boulevard driving in an urban environment, it's excellent. And the interior, these seats are very comfortable. Nice ergonomic seats with nice side bolsters. Excellent for performance driving, and they're very comfortable for around town. Nice interior. Got GPS, backup camera, all the bells and whistles you would want. This, by the way, is the Charger GT. Great looking car. It's got nice wheels on it. Very psyched about the whole thing. We are here for the week. We're in Phoenix. This is our rental. That's a big family thing we're doing out here. 8 adults and 3 kids. These are the other parties' rentals. And yeah, we're going to have a great time out here. I used to live out here. I lived out here for about 8 years, about 20 miles right here in Chandler. We're in Phoenix, just off of Shea Boulevard. You see the saguaro cactus and the palm trees and the Palo Verde trees, and I'm sure there's some mesquite trees around. That might be one over there. I'm not certain though. It's been a while. But yeah, good to be back in the Phoenix area. I'll have more details on this car as I have a chance to use it. Basically, I just drove from the airport to here, and I am beat. I'm going to go get in the pool and relax, and that's it for me the rest of the day. But as I have a chance to drive this some more and have better impressions, more thorough impressions, I will try and share them with you. But thanks for viewing. Have yourself a great day. Well, there you have it. And you're right, Mike, for catching that. We're going to let Rob go first with a reaction.
Did you get any tickets?
No, thankfully, but it was begging me to drive it aggressively, and I managed to restrain myself at least enough not to get a ticket.
Yes,
but
it is. It is a family car, but it's a sports model, isn't it?
It is the best of both worlds, I thought.
Yes.
And is certainly quick enough to be fun and great handling, but not so much like if you were in an RT or a Scat Pack or a Hellcat that you're going to get yourself in the kind of trouble you could with a car like that.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's fast enough to be fun and entertaining and engaging, but not so much that you're going to get yourself in trouble.
What kind of weather you had that time of year?
Oh, 100 degrees every day and sunny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, good times. And let's see, Virgil.
Yeah, I guess winter doesn't come there.
No, at least not the way it does here. No. A very mild winter.
Yeah, no, like I was telling you before, you had the best car of the bunch.
Yes.
Although a Fiat GT may be fun, But
yeah, I had a chance to ride in that. I didn't drive it, but that one next to it with those nice wheels.
Yeah.
That was actually a fun little car for what it was. It accelerated pretty nicely. I think the power to weight ratio was not too shabby on that car. I don't know if
Yeah.
I can get a shot of that car or not. But and then the Fiat behind it was more of kind of a plain Jane Fiat, but that one right next to it, I'm trying to get a
that
shot
one
of it
there.
because it had the
But yeah,
nicer wheels and it
but those,
optioned out better. But go
yeah.
ahead.
But
I'm sorry.
what you have right there, that's a perfect car right there.
Yeah.
You know, if it was all-wheel drive, we can have it in Vermont.
True. True. And Michael?
Yes, I actually had a friend. He's still a friend with me, and he actually ended up getting a Dodge Challenger. I don't think it was a Hellcat, but he had it for a while. I got, I never got to drive it, but I got to be a passenger in the front seat, and I thought it was a nice car. It felt pretty solid and everything. And the Charger, it's a little bit different, and the Challenger, it's like two different beasts. But the car that he had, when you have the two-door, they bring the back end where the back windows are, they bring that whole thing up higher. So visibility was an issue, and that's one of the things that he even brought up. He said visibility on this car literally sucks. That's exactly the way he put it. But on this one, it seems like they brought that level down so you can have the better visibility.
Yeah.
So I know that was something I noticed when you were showing off the car and the details, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't have that rise in the back portion that kind of made the window a little smaller and less visibility out the rear view. But yeah, so this one I can see that this will probably be even a little safer car than the other one is, because it has better visibility.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, I was worried about that exact thing. And of course, in Phoenix, it's all boulevard cruising and on the highway, and it's nice to have that visibility when you're changing lanes, passing, and like that. And this was wonderful. I was very impressed with it. And like you said, a coupe where the rear end is closer to you, the visibility may not be as good. I've never driven a Challenger, but I have a feeling your friend is right.
I will say, if you ever get a chance to find one that you can take it for a little quick test run, give yourself a test run, and you'll say, oh my God, what a heck of a difference this is compared to that. And you're going to say, wow, it's like a day and night with visibility issues.
Yes. Oh, and we've got comments coming in. We've got Mike Whiteside saying, pretty sure you got the best car out of the others, for sure.
I agree.
Yeah. And then here's another comment too. David from Alaska Railroad says he visited Phoenix in '94, stayed on Van Buren Street. Ironically, Van Buren is where we rented that car, which is just a few miles from where we were. We were on Shea and 40th. If someone's familiar with Phoenix, they'll know what that means. But he's also saying, I'm glad you had a good time. And thank you for that. We did. We had a wonderful time. But cool. So yeah, let's move on to the next item here. And we are on item number 6. So here's a fun one too. David from Alaska Railroad. I'm glad you're in the house because we put this one together for you. I mean. These are some Monte Carlo images that Michael Delage has shared with us. Michael, by the way, is the host and creator of the New England Classic Cars Facebook group. It's an excellent Facebook group. If you're interested in such things, there's a link to it in the description. But what Michael and I have been doing is he shares images with me. We'll usually find some kind of a theme. For instance, this week it's Monte Carlo images. He shares the images with me, and I put them into a little image montage with some music, which is what I've done here. And I'm glad that David from Alaska Railroad is in the house to view it because I know he very much likes the Monte Carlos. So let's take a look. So yeah, thank you so much, Michael, for those images. Really appreciate that. A lot of Monte
Anytime.
Carlos, a lot of wonderful cars in there. Now, I think is it time now to go bottom to top for reactions? I kind of lost my place. All right, if that's the
Well,
case, then Virgil, I think it's your turn.
I can go. I have 4 that would get into my range there that caught my eye. The very first one, that teal green lowrider.
See if I can find. Oh yes, right there.
Yep, that very first one, that lowrider there. Looked like it has a Euro kit on the front there.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And then also too, there was that convertible, of course.
Yeah.
Because that looks like I wonder what they made that convertible out of. If they actually did it out of a, did it come from a what is that? Like a Camaro or something? Is that the same kind of size?
Actually, Virgil, when I took pictures of that car, I found out that the person did put an X frame underneath it, and he bought the car, and then he literally had it chopped and made it into a convertible.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so it was just the Roadster, or did it have a?
Monte Carlo never had a convertible.
Yeah. Nope, they never had. So
ever
that's,
did.
that's what I was trying to
basically,
figure out.
yes. So basically, what this guy did is he said, "Well, I'm interested in this car, but I want a convertible, not a T-top." So he brought it up to one step higher, but he also realized to make this happen, and the length of the car, he definitely had to put an X frame underneath, or else the car will buckle with the doors and everything. So I mean, and this guy, you can see a for sale sign. So I haven't seen this car since. I just caught it that one day at Gillette Stadium, and you can see in the background, you can see the water tank and different things in the background for the location. But you know, I would love to see this car again. But I was very fortunate. I just had to be in the right place at the right time, and this was not in a normal parking lot where all the cars normally are. You walk, if you look in the picture, right where that blue car is, you can see there's like a little tunnel. That you go through there, that's the main parking lot where all the cars are usually parked. And then this is the overflow that's on this end. And I just said, well, I'm all pretty well done doing this. What the hell? I'm gonna go through over here. And I'm like, whoa! And when I seen this car, I'm like, I went crazy. I was like a kid on steroids or something when I seen this car. I'm like, this is my favorite car. And it's a convertible, and I know they never made them. I'm like, wow, I gotta go crazy on this car.
Yeah, for sure. And then you said you had 2 other quick cars you're going to talk about.
There was a candy apple green one.
Yes.
And then there was that red and white one with the it looked like it had swivel seats, possibly.
Yes, it did. That red one right there just passed. That had the swivel seats, I believe. And it had the double headlights, one on top of the other.
Yeah, so that had to be like what, a 77.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
That's the one. That one you just passed. That red one is the one with the swivel seat.
This one here.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Rather than try to scroll and find it, because it's really hard to operate this thing. It's hard to stop. But that green one, I was admiring that green one as well.
Yeah.
And I like these. I especially like these early 70s, early 70s. Trying to stop on it. Here we go.
Yeah, see that green one had to be a 71, judging by the top.
Gotcha. And this black one I like too, with those fat tires and wheels, and I really like those early 70s ones. And it's hard to stop on a specific car, but
yeah, I was
trying
admiring
to find that green
one.
Yeah.
And Rob?
That
I like that black one too.
Look, I
think the black one's the sharpest one in there.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
Yes.
And Virgil, when you talked about that green car, Virgil, I look at the front of that with the headlights. It looks like almost like a Cadillac front end. You know, you look at the grill and it looks kind of like a Cadillac, but you got to remember, it's a GM, and GM made Cadillac, so it makes sense that, you know, it could look similar, you know, with
Maybe
the grill.
some styling cues for sure. And then I'm trying to find that white. Here we go. That white one with the nitrous bottles.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I bet that goes down the road.
Now that's got that's got to be an 86 to a 88 Monte Carlo. I mean, that's the design time frame for this particular model.
Oh, and then we've got comments coming in. So our friend Mike Whiteside says he's owned 4 Monte Carlos in his lifetime, and it's by far his absolute favorite car. Cool deal. Well, I'm glad you were in here tonight so you could see this. And also our friend.
Oh, go ahead.
Also, our friend David at Alaska Railroad, and we know he loves Monte Carlos. Let's see what he's got to say. He said, something told me you invited me tonight because you had a Monte Carlo to share with me. Great selection. Thanks. He said his is a 1980. He also owns a 2003 Monte Carlo SS. However, he would love a 1986 SS.
I don't blame you.
Yes.
Go right there.
And the funny thing is, this is the car, the 86 to 88. It's the car I would love to own. My girlfriend is like, I want a Buick Regal. I'm like, honey, Buick Regal is technically the same thing, but I still like the Monte Carlo even more.
Yeah.
I'm torn on that one. I'm torn on that one there. Because the 86 Regal is such a nice one.
This is my favorite shot of that black one with the stance and the wheels and the tires and everything. It just, I really like that.
Yeah. I wanted to see that one with the hood down. It looked like it has the what is that, cow induction hood there.
Oh, quite possibly, yes. Yeah, you're right. Because you look at that air filter there. Yeah.
With a working cow induction.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, let's move on to the next item here. We've got another car to look at. We were talking about Challengers earlier. Oh, and one other thing. I missed this comment earlier, but when we were playing the video, I stumbled onto this. Now, Kyle Phillips made a comment. We were wondering aloud about that Barracuda. The license plate said Old Fish, and Kyle Phillips came up with the answer. He said Barracuda is a fish, and it's an old Barracuda.
Yes, it is.
So hats off to Kyle for figuring that one out.
That's why I mess with him. He's actually like one of my smartest friends.
I believe it. Yeah, he was on top of that one. So we're on item number. Go ahead.
I'm not telling the truth on that one. I have smarter friends, but he was good on that one.
Well, he came through for us tonight anyway. Cool deal. So item number 7, we're going to look at a 1973 Dodge Challenger. This car is for sale by our friends over at B&B Auto Sales out in South Dakota. Let's get that queued up here and take a look.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales, and today we're showing our 73 Dodge Challenger. Good looking car, runs and drives good. We also have videos of running it and driving it. 344 barrel automatic. You can see the chrome bumper's in pretty good shape. Hood's been blacked out. Kind of gives it that good look there with that. Got the rally wheels, BF Goodrich's 14-inch tires. So there you can see 344 barrel. Here's one issue they must have had. Somehow got this all chipped up or something with the paint, so they had to touch that up. And then you got a chip right here. Them are probably the worst couple spots on this car because you can see by the reflection that it's got a good quality paint job. Got a nice shine to it. Interior is good. I don't see any issues in that whatsoever. Maybe the steering column a little scratched up. Must put a new speedometer in because it shows 205 miles. There's a tack gauges and then aftermarket gauges over there. Buckets of the console seat. You know, the carpet probably could be a little aged, I'm gonna say. Put speakers in the back. You can see your dome light works. Door panels are all in good shape. So, oops. Shut them 2 doors a little harder than so. Lines all look good here on the trunk. They added a wing to it with the flat black. See that bumper's all in good shape. Repainted that. Had a I don't know why that's rough like that, but I think maybe it was supposed to be. Like I said, everything looks good over on this item. Couple spots I showed you. There is a little dirt in the paint right there. See that? So, you know, a few imperfections, But nice car. Runs good, drives good, and really got a good look to it. There's another little chip over the door here. So if you're looking for a good driver quality, I wouldn't completely call it a show car because it's got a few imperfections. You could show it, but just a few imperfections might keep you out of first place. Might be a third place car. Tack doesn't seem to be working, but there I just put some gas in it, so just a little under half a tank. Clock works in it though. And then these are, you can see oil pressure about 50 pounds. Dome light underneath there works. Blinker to the left, blinker to the right. Fan works. Wipers work. Horn works. So I believe everything in here works. Well, there you can see your dome light. I mean your bright, or shows it on bright for your lights. Got a JVC radio and it might be unhooked right now because it's not working. So. Got aluminum radiator. Lights. Got your fender tag. Tag on that side. Power steering, power brakes. Runs nice and smooth. Good sound and exhaust. I can see the tail lights working. So, good looking car, good sounding car. Any questions? 605-695-7391.
So yeah, thank you so much to Dirk at B&B Auto Sales for that cool footage. Great 73 Challenger. Is it Rob's turn to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rob.
What a fun car to take out on a Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like some people have so much money tied up in their car, you don't want to take it to the mall or take the kids out there. But that'd be a fun car to take the family out on a Saturday night. You're still welcome at cruises. It's a good looking car. Like you said, you won't win first place with it, but you can still have fun going to events with that.
Yeah,
And
when
it'd
you
be
can
fun to
really
drive.
enjoy. Oh, for sure. Definitely. Michael?
Yes, when I'm looking at this car and everything, I'm like, I got a Papa Pal that, through my health insurance. And, there's different people that pick you up unless you get a preferred person, and which now I do. There's one person that picked me up and did libraries in Providence and other locations in Rhode Island. And he picked me up in a car, exactly the same car, same year, and it was jet black inside and out.
Wow.
And I'm when it's 2 times I had him as a Papa Pal, and last year and once this year. And you're in this car, and we were going to the local libraries and everything. And I mean, he wasn't racing it or doing anything wild with it, but you could definitely feel it. Even if you're just cruising down the road, you could feel the power in this thing.
Wow. That must have been fun.
It was.
Take a little trip back in time.
I'm just kicking myself in the butt. Maybe I will see this guy again, and this time maybe I'll get a picture of the car this time around.
Yeah, and if you do, maybe get some impressions from him, as far as the backstory on it and how he likes the car, and point out any interesting items on the car or whatever. That'd be cool to hear about, to see about, that we could share for everyone to enjoy on here. And yeah, Virgil?
Yeah, mine with this car right here is the color, that blue. And for these right here, I've always loved the one crazy thing is I've always loved the gas caps.
Yes.
The gas cap on these are always so cool because it has that little flip,
Yeah, almost like a racing cap or something.
Yeah. And then also too, and also love the hood on this one. The hoods are always just so great. The way that you can black it out just like that there,
Yeah, that's a cool look. There's a gas cap right there.
Yep.
Right there.
It's good view.
Yeah, and that's also too on the 68. It's like that also.
Yes, yeah. And those hood pins. I remember when I was a little kid, which is about the time these cars came out. In '73, I think it would have been 9 years old. Any car I ever saw that had hood pins like that when I was 8 or 9 years old, I was thinking, oh, that car is serious, you know.
Yes.
And I still think of that today. Oh, that must, these people are serious if they've got hood pins, you know.
Yep.
But
It's like hood pins. Can you flip the pin so I can see up under?
yes, yeah.
And
Trip down
while
memory lane.
we're talking about all kinds of classic cars, I went to dollar store tonight, and I'm kicking myself in the butt. I should have grabbed these two Matchbox cars. They're only $1.25, and they're solid metal and everything. And they were Matchbox, and they had a El Camino. I forgot what year it was. And then they also had a another vehicle that was in the 60s. And I'm like, oh, maybe if I go back there, maybe I can find a way to get back there this week, and I'm definitely should pick those up.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not a big collector or anything, but
Right.
I'm like, nah, I don't really have the money to blow like that. But then when I look at these cars, I'm like, I should pick these up.
Sure. If you end up with those, bring them on the podcast next time.
Yeah, I have a
That'd be
few
fun.
already. I have in the house now. I got a couple different years of Corvettes mixed in there.
Nice. Yeah, maybe on a future episode we can look at some of those.
Yeah,
But
that sounds like
we
a good idea.
are just about out of time here, but we've got one last video to look at. Item number 8. Took a little bit of a deeper dive on that Charger that I had last week. Let's cue that up and take a look, and then we'll some quick reactions, and we'll close out the program. To spend a little time with this thing, not as much time as we like, or as much time as we're going to, but I have to say I'm impressed. It's a great concept for a rental and even to own. It's the second level up on the Charger. It's the GT. Some of them have all-wheel drive. I don't think this one does, and I'll tell you why I say that. On this badge here, it will have 4 after it, and this one does not. 4 was what tells us that it's all-wheel drive, so that's what makes me think this does not have all-wheel drive. I don't know what year it is. I'm assuming 23 or maybe even a 22. It's got 34,000 miles on it, and it's used as a rental. It's a great idea as a rental because it's not as high-end or as fast as an RT or a Scat Pack or a Hellcat, but it's not going to get you in the kind of trouble that a car like that would. But it's very sporty, a lot of fun to drive. It's certainly quick enough. Great acceleration, great handling, very tight, precise handling. Plenty of room inside. Great idea for a rental or for a daily driver. And it's also, if you get a Hellcat or an RT or anything like that, you're going to have that as an investment. It's not going to be your daily driver, where it could be. They make this in greater numbers than the Hellcats and the SRT or the RTs. So it's not going to be the kind of appreciation a car like that would have. It's got 20-inch wheels, I think 245s. Let's pop the hood. Also, I was looking on the menu here, not the menu, but the display screen today, and it's got launch control. Now, I've not fooled around with that to understand exactly how that works, and I don't know where I would do that, but it's interesting that a car like this would have launch control. Now, it's got the 3.6-liter V6, about 300 horsepower, and it's got the ZF 8-speed transmission, which I believe is sourced by Mercedes-Benz. Let me see if I can get a light on this. There we go. Now, considering it's a sports car and the appearance of it and everything, I would like to see on this plastic cover something that says, GT or something that indicates that it's supposed to be kind of a performance car. Also, one thing that's absent under this hood is the battery. The battery's in the trunk. I'm not sure why, or if there's any advantage or disadvantage to that, but that's fine by me. But I will say that years ago, my former wife had a 2007 Magnum with the same engine and transmission, and that was a great car also, because you step on it and it'll downshift a gear or two, and as long as you stay on the throttle, it'll stay in that gear and get some crazy acceleration for a 6-cylinder. And I think the same thing's going on with this. Oh, and yeah, our friends here, our assistants, have opened the doors for us and the trunk. They've asked not to be on camera, but they like it as well. Any comments or reactions?
Might look good driving.
Yes.
Good. Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Looks awesome. So I heard it running. Sounds good running. Idle in the parking lot.
Better than Fiat.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it is a looker. It's a sharp-looking car, especially in this candy apple red. Plenty of room in the trunk. We had a baby stroller in there and some other baby paraphernalia. Plenty of room for all of it. And, it's got real pipes. Some of them have fake openings without a real pipe. But this is the true twin exhaust. And this vent back here apparently is fake. So I call that a flatulence evacuation vent. Since it's fake, you might as well come up with a name for it. And yeah, very impressed. I think it's a lot of car for the money. It's a great value, and it also bridges the gap between mundane transportation and a sports car. It's kind of the best of both worlds, which is what a GT I think is supposed to be, grand touring. It's supposed to be fun to drive and practical, something that's fun on a trip, and not just a one-dimensional sports car, as fun as those can be. We also have other things we do in our lives where it makes sense to have 4 doors and extra seats in the trunk room. I think this could be a lot of things to a lot of people. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. Thank you for viewing. Cool. There we have it. So some final thoughts. We'll let Michael go first.
Okay. Well, my girlfriend and me, when we do finally get a vehicle, it's going to be used. Not planning on doing bigger trips if we're going to Maine or I want to go to Pennsylvania, see trains and Horseshoe Curve and whatnot. We already discussed it, and I said we're better off getting a rental vehicle. That way they're not racking the miles up on a used car that is going to be our primary vehicle. And you know what? I'm going to have to look to you, Mike. I'm going to have to ask you, when the time comes, what vehicles will me and Lynn get for a rental vehicle? And right now, this looks like a good one right here.
For sure.
But she's not into Dodge. She had a Dodge Shadow in the past, a 92, and she called it a misfit. And it was only a 4-cylinder. I think it was like 2.1 or 2.3 or leaner. And whenever you're going up a hill and stuff, it didn't. You almost had to kind of push it to get up a hill to get to 65 miles an hour for a highway. But the thing is, she that was the only car she ever owned that was brand new, and that would never happen again because we don't have that kind of money. But the thing is, she doesn't like Dodges, and I have to admit, even though wasn't exactly crazy about the car, I care about the car, I think, more than she did.
Yes. Yeah. And Rob?
Did you have the option of renting a Hellcat? They would rent you one?
I don't think so.
No. Because I know people run away trying to buy one. Yes. Oh, what a great car.
Rob, there is places that you can rent a Lamborghini or Porsche and different cars.
By the hour.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know how it works.
It's going to cost you some money, yeah.
Yep.
And I'll tell you how I found this. I was on Expedia, and I was looking at compact cars, economy cars, kind of get a sense of what those are going for per day. And then I did a sort for sports cars to see if anything would come close to that. And this was within $3 or $4 a day of those economy cars. I had to keep searching and resorting, but I eventually found one.
So only $3 or $4 more than a little small little thing. Wow.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal.
And I had to search for it. You know, it took a little searching, but I was able to find it. And and then Virgil, any final
people
thoughts?
who rented the Fiat are upset you got that for the same price they paid for the Fiat?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, they went on Truro for that. Yeah, it was a whole different deal altogether. But yeah.
Yeah, that I'm surprised the thing has launch control, but pretty cool. But being a GT, it better have launch control.
Yeah,
give you something to do for the as a rental car.
Absolutely. And also,
Hertz right now is renting out the Shelbys again.
That would be amazing.
Well, yeah. Now I'm a little confused. Launch control. I'm new to the electronics and cars. I never really got the experience with them yet. But what the hell is launch control? Does it launch like a launch pad, like a space shuttle?
Yep. Yep. You got that set up. It sets you up at an RPM where your RPM, where you can just rev them up and just sit there and let off the gas.
And with
Yeah.
traction control, the tires won't spin, and it's fast.
And it
You're
launches
launched.
you.
Wow.
And it also had I kept it on this screen here because it also had a 0 to 60 timer. So as you're going from stoplight to stoplight, you couldn't really get into it for some serious times, but it's fun to watch your 0 to 60 time.
Yeah,
And,
see,
Wow.
I would have played with that thing.
Yeah, I had it on this
I would-
screen the whole time.
I'd have been missing whatever. I would have been missing whatever I was supposed to be there doing. You guys are going to dinner? No problem. No problem. I'll meet you there. You know.
Exactly. Oh, and we've got a comment that's come in. Let's see. Oh, here we go. All right, yes. So David from Alaska Railroad is saying, thanks, guys. Nice show. Thank you so much for viewing. We appreciate that. And oh, yes, Mike Whiteside makes an excellent point. Using the launch and control, you're getting 4 miles per gallon.
Oh yeah, probably so.
Yeah. Oh, and in Phoenix, the gas was like $5 a gallon out there as
Oh,
opposed
yeah.
to like $3.69 here in Vermont. I think there's a lot of state municipal taxes going on with that. And then lastly, we've got David from Alaska Railroad saying some Buicks had the battery under the rear seat. Some Dodges had the battery in the driver's rear wheel well.
Wow.
Interesting.
I
But,
mean, I'm
cool.
confused about that because if there's ever a fire and the fire department wants to disconnect the battery, the logical place would be under the hood. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we got the hood open. Where in the hell is the battery?
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times they
Mercedes
cut
does
the
that.
battery.
Yeah, Mercedes does that where the battery is in the trunk or under the seat. Also,
Wow.
This
I
might
know
be a
some
holdover from
Corvettes.
when Mercedes was owning the Mopar. And
Could
I
be.
almost think there was a disconnect under the hood for that very situation, so they're not trying to disconnect it over the gas tank.
yeah.
Because I know Corvette actually had some models that had the battery inside the car. It was like underneath the back seat or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
my
cool.
wife's
Well, it is that time of the night to wind down the podcast. Real quick, around the horn here, we'll let Virgil go first. Any final thoughts, Virgil, before we close it out?
I'm glad my internet came back up.
Me too. Yes.
There we
Glad
are.
we could
That's
make it
all I
through.
have to say is I'm glad. Thank you for internet tonight, Jesus.
Yes, exactly. Definitely. Rob?
Thanks for all the new cars, Mike. We like the Monte Carlos.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. And Michael, final thought?
As I was saying, if anybody has any cars they want to see, just let me know on my Facebook page if you're a member on there. If not, you can let Mike know, and then me and Mike can talk, and we could probably figure out a podcast and different pictures that you may want to see. Just let him know, and we can work together, and I can try to set something up.
Absolutely. Michael has a voluminous collection of just about every car you could have possibly imagined. So if there's a certain car you like, whether it's Plymouths or whatever, let us know, and we'll try to put together a montage for you.
I got one more thing for Mike D over there. Hey, Mike D,
Yep.
you got to tell your girlfriend the 4 cylinders aren't the same 4 cylinders that they made back then. You know, you got 4 with that 4-cylinder 4 GT, and that thing does what, almost about 200 miles an hour.
Well, the turbo.
Oh, yeah. I know that they have made, especially Toyota. I mean, a 4-cylinder Toyota acts more like a 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got to remember that Dodge Shadow that my girlfriend had, it had a Mitsubishi engine and the transmission and stuff. So basically, it was a foreign stuff in it, but it was a good car. But the transmission did start having a little problem when you were doing a paper route and you're going slow between houses, and you can feel the car, it jerked forward a few times.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, is this the transmission starting to slip? And then later on, she let it go without realizing you got to replace the timing belt.
Wow.
And that was the end of the car.
Sure. Oh, one last comment. Oh, here we go. Mike Whiteside says, get her a Jeep. Good thinking, especially with winter coming up.
I want to get a Jeep, but she doesn't want to go that route. I want to do a 4-door Jeep. And she said, nope, there's too many companies that own Jeep, and you know, they're notorious for a lot of problems. But you know what? They were also very easy and simple to repair, and you can majorly customize them.
Yes. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, with that, we do have to close it out. I'm in an upstairs bedroom here at the world headquarters of the Muscle Car Show and Tell podcast, and that means that people start coming up here at 10 o'clock and going to bed, so it's time to wind it down. But as always, we give the last word to AMSOIL, and we thank Michael, Rob, and Virgil for coming on tonight, as well as all of the viewers. And we appreciate all your feedback and comments and questions. And good times for everyone.
Good show, Mike.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Catch you all next week. Have a good one.
All right. Peace.
Too.
Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is. It is.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer discount, preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the preferred customer program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil, and you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click add to cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click view cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the signature series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click checkout now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name, and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL preferred customer program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the products.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.